Hey guys, it's Ugly Rose. I'm back. I haven't made anything for all of January. I think I uploaded something in December. I actually don't remember. Today I'm going to do something that's a little bit more chill. We're going to have a relaxing video. I am going to take all of my expired makeup. Hold on. This would actually be a good time to make a thumbnail, maybe. How do people do thumbnails? Ow. I'll hold this up with it's hooked onto my ear. Thumbnail. What face would work? Yeah, that's cute. I take all my expired makeup from the past many years, starting back to when I was honestly probably just getting old enough to start having my own makeup. And we're going to take all this makeup and we're going to paint a little picture. I don't know how this is going to work because makeup isn't paint for canvases. I don't know if you knew that. It's not. But it's going to be okay because if it turns out horrible, that's also fun. That's what we like to do here on this channel. Is sometimes we like to try something and totally mess it up, very much so, and that is fun. I'm just wadding it. And of course, if you've been watching me for the past couple months, you know that we have not finished our coffee. That's right, we're still celebrating autumn all the way into February.
Hey, I'm sure you noticed that I said February, even though we're like kind of at the end of summer right now. And I will be addressing that here in a few minutes. Just give me a second.
That's okay. We're gonna get these finished up. I'm going to drink one of these today, and then I have another video that I'm gonna do pretty soon where we finish off the other 6 of them. Stay tuned for that. Let's figure out what we're gonna drink today. Let's see, what did I do? Maple pecan. Didn't we already have a maple pecan? Or was it like waffles? Was it like something pancakes with maple syrup? French toast. I'm just saying stuff. I'm just naming off breakfast foods at this point. Didn't we have scrambled eggs and gravy at one point? That was definitely a coffee flavor we had. It was breakfast burrito, maple pecan. We're gonna go try this out. I will be right back. Don't leave. I locked the doors. You can't get out anyway. I have all of my cats standing guard. So you just stay right there, okay? I'm gonna sneeze. I put the coffee down. I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't sneeze. All right, we have our coffee here. And immediately while I was brewing it, I could smell the maple-iness. So that makes me happy. It's in there. It's good. It's in there. I'm scared because it's gonna burn my mouth. It does taste like maple pecan. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to say that it tastes nutty. That is the truth, but I don't want to say it because that sounds yucky. Yeah, this one's actually really good. It's mapley and it's nutty. So good job. I don't know what else to say, but I am very happy because a lot of those flavors, I was just like, that's not what that is. Like, it was not what it said it would be. And I was very disappointed. And I wasn't excited about drinking it. But like, I feel good about that one. That one makes me happy. I like that. I was gonna rate. I need to rate the coffee, don't I? I need to rate the coffee. Did we have a rating scale? What was it? Was it like, or was I just saying it's 9 out of 10, it's 8 out of 10, or was I saying something like 4 out of 10 coffee beans? I don't remember. I don't know. Wait, let's start one right now. Let's start it right now. Okay, I'm gonna forget it by the next video, but that's okay. It's 7 out of 10 packets of creamer that you went ahead and grabbed and threw in your pocket when you were at Quick Trip, and you told yourself, hey, it's okay, they're free, I'll just grab a couple of extra for if I run out of creamer at home. But then you still kind of had like that little bit of guilt, and you're kind of just like, are they gonna get mad at me? Did they see me do that? And they're gonna be like, hey, you're stealing, but I can't yell at you because those are free. But like, I saw you and I know what you did, but like, that's ridiculous because like, they don't care. One time I went to the gas station that I always go to, and I always get coffee from, like, if I don't feel like making coffee at home, then I just run over to that gas station and grab some. And I always grab a couple extra packets just in case of the creamer, and nobody ever says anything to me, and like, nobody cares. But then this one time I was grabbing some while I was grabbing my coffee, and the person that was ringing me up was like, oh yeah, you get like however many that you put in your coffee for free, but if you take extra, it's 10 cents each. And I'm like, oh. And he's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna charge you, it's fine, you can go ahead. And I'm like, thank you. And then every time after that, then I'd be like, oh, also I'm grabbing a couple extra creamers, and it would always be a different person than like who said that originally, and they would just be like, oh, that's fine. Like, Like, I knew that that guy was just kinda messing with me or something. Yeah, and nobody ever said anything. Let's start making this. So, I wanted it to be about what I want to accomplish in 2023.
Okay, and there it is. Hi, this is Ugly from the future, and it has taken you 3 years to get this video finished, and we're going to talk about why. So, this video has just been weighing down on you for this whole time, and you felt like you couldn't film anything, you felt like you couldn't upload anything until you got this video done and posted and over with. And partially it was because a few different people talked about how your videos are really long. Some of them are about 30 minutes, some of them are about 45 minutes, and you just couldn't seem to cut this one down below about, I think we're at 28 minutes now, at least before we put this future ugly segment into different parts of it. Then it's probably going to go back up to 40 minutes, which honestly, that's just something that we have to get over, because those people that want your videos to be below 10 minutes, they're not looking for the kind of content that you want to make. You want to make videos for an audience such as yourself, myself, where I prefer to put on the longer videos so that I can have it in the background while I do other things. Honestly, more or less, that was just kind of excuse for the real reason that you haven't gotten this done. Every time you open this video and try to edit it, it would just bring you back to that really dark time. At this moment that you were recording it, you thought that you had gotten past the worst of it and it was all gonna, but shit, even like doing the hey future ugly segment is like, this is like fucking me up on its own. Even at that time that you were making that video, even at that time that you were painting that picture, you still felt like you were in that prison. Felt like you had just been like in a prison in your own home for the past 7 years, and saying that you wanted to travel more in 2023, it was more or less wanting to just make up for that past 7 years. You felt like you couldn't even leave the city limits that you were living in. You felt like you could like barely even leave your house, and you kept trying, but then you felt like you couldn't. Even so much as like seeing that couch that you're sitting on to make this picture, it really brings me back to how that the place that I was living in, the way things were, the way that my home still looked, all of the triggering things that I was still waking up and looking at. I'm gonna have to go to the next segment because like I'm like fucking myself up right now. What? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that I could just turn on this video and be like, hey, it's me from the future and I'm you. And then I would be like, look how much better we're doing. You'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Everything's great. And like everything is great right now. But like actually talking to the me from 3 years ago, that's what's fucking me up and killing me right now. Because I know that things are okay now and I'm not back then anymore. But it's just bringing me back and thinking about like the things that past me would want to know and would want to hear and what I want to tell them. That means going back mentally. And I'm gonna have to, we'll talk here in a minute. Just we'll talk when we get to the octopus.
And what I want to do is travel more. I can tell that this has been here for quite a while because this was at the very, very beginning of my emo phase. That was like when it started. This is like when I was really vibing with Avril Lavigne and I was like really, really thinking about it. But the MCR and Seether, like they hadn't hit yet. Like, you know what I mean? So I was starting to get there. I was starting to be like, I'm a little bit punk and I might try to ride a skateboard. My favorite place to travel to is Colorado. There probably will be other places that I like more in the future, but I don't travel much, but I used to travel to Colorado a lot and it makes me feel good and it's pretty. So that's my favorite place to travel until I become less poor enough to be able to go to like I don't know, Mount Kilimanjaro or something? The fucking ocean? I don't know. Ooh. Oh, it's not gonna focus on that. Looks like what? It looks like something that I would have gotten at like limited too. I wish it would focus. Stop looking at me. Act shimmer powder. I don't know. It looks very like Hillary Duff. Naturistics. Naturistics. Let's take a look at her. Wait, this is so cute. Oh god, it smells horrible. I don't remember this, but I bet this was my shit when I was like 8. And then I think that says bogey. I think that says bogey. Go metallic roll-on metallic powder. It looks cute in person, but on an Android front-facing camera, you can't see it. Sorry. This doesn't have any label at all. It doesn't have any label at all. I'm wondering if this was Halloween makeup that just got mixed up in here. It's just gray. Sure. We have another Bogey Go Metallic roll-on. This one is almost empty. Ooh, shit. This must have been... Ooh, that's why it's almost empty. That's a good one. Ooh, where was I wearing this to? The playground? What did I think I was doing with that? There's a dead moth in here. I don't like that. This one is actually a newer one. Like, it's still several years old. Like, I'm assuming I would have gotten this approximately 8 years ago. I feel like that's when I would have gotten this. Why does this smell like chocolate? Ooh. Sheet pigmented. We need to stop playing so much. We have to actually make our damn mountains. How do we draw a mountain? It would have been about 7 or 8 years ago. My dad and stepmom gave me this for Christmas, and I used the absolute shit out of it. I really did, but you can't tell that I used this like every time I was going to do my makeup because there was just like so much makeup. So I didn't even make a dent in it. So if you somehow found this video, Dad and Gina, I did really appreciate the suitcase makeup. It did get used. I know it didn't look like it. I'm sorry. Let's start off with this. This has like all these damn colors. I don't know how to paint. I don't know how to paint. I think that we should have like a purple. We should have like a purple and blue background. Oh, this is like really nasty and dirty. That's because it fell on the floor and then like it got just stuff on it. And I'm like, well, that would be perfect for using for this because it's probably going to end up really bad anyway. I need to remember to clean my brushes after I do this. So I'm using my actual like makeup brushes for this expired ass bullshit. All right, let's start off with some blue. I'm gonna do these 3 blues right here. I'm gonna try something. I don't really know what I'm doing. Wow, it's not showing up at all. I have some water. Let's get some water on here. Okay, that's starting to do something. Okay, not exactly what I was envisioning. Sometimes you have to use your fingers. I really hate using this makeup like this because I really do like it and I wish that I could keep using it. And a lot of times I do just, oh my god, there's a cat hair mixed in. It's fine actually. A lot of times I just go ahead and use my makeup well after it's expired. I just keep doing that until I start to see like actual negative physical repercussions for doing that. Like if I put on eyeshadow and then my eyes start burning and then my eyes are hurting the next day, then I'm like, wow, I probably shouldn't have used that eyeshadow that I bought 14 years ago. That's pretty much when I know that it's at its limit. We need to make the mountains. I'm gonna use some black lipstick that I have, and let me just explain myself. So like several years ago, I was on wish.com and I was buying a bunch of stuff because I finally had money that I could actually spend, and that was kind of a new thing in my life. Like I was still pretty fresh to being an adult, and even after I became an adult and had like real jobs, full-time jobs where I'm making real grown-up money, I didn't really have a lot of money to just spend how I wanted to. But at this point, I actually had enough money that I could have fun. And that's when I found out about Wish. I didn't know that it didn't exactly have the best morals, that it was kind of a corrupt system. So I found out about Wish. And then I just started going. I just started buying. I kind of was suspicious because they'll be like, here's this laptop for $2. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, you're not. While I was on Wish, I started noticing that some of the things would be like would be makeup and it would have a whole bunch of extra descriptions, but it's not saying what brand of makeup it is. But then when you're looking at the pictures, then it would be like really, really expensive, well known, very popular brands. And it would be sold for like $4. But normally that makeup is like $40 or $50. So I knew that it was probably fake, but I was like, I kind of want to buy it anyway, just to see. And at this point, my best friend was very, very obsessed with Jeffree Star. Just to let you know, we didn't know. We didn't know about all the controversy. We didn't know about the Nazi themed makeup line. Did that turn out to be real? I Googled it the other day because I was like, did that really happen? Did he actually, or did I make that up just now? And I Googled it and I couldn't figure out if it was something he made as a joke or if he was actually going to have that makeup line. You know, screaming racial slurs at people. That's pretty fucking shitty, my dude. All that we knew about Jeffree Star was that he did really cool makeup and he said funny things on YouTube and he had fun YouTube videos. I don't know if this was before he was hanging out with Shane Dawson or he was just starting to hang out with Shane Dawson. Also, we didn't realize all the stuff about Shane Dawson. Anyway, so the point of this whole story was to say that I saw a Jeffree Star makeup on Wish, and my friend had already spent probably a couple hundred on Jeffree Star makeup. I don't know. And then I'm like, girl, I have that color too. I got it for $5. And she's like, that's not real. And I'm like, it's probably not, but it was $5. One of them, oh, bitch. This is funny. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, just you wait right there. My cats are still guarding the door, so you can't leave anyway. Okay, so I got unicorn blood. Can you see it? Oh my God. I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna just post it right here. Are you reading it? Do you see it? Are you reading it? It says Heffrey. It says Heffrey Star with an H. But let's see how this works if I try to make mountain shapes. Yeah, this will work. And then I really want to make a cliff, and you'll see why soon. So this is a cliff, kind of. It's a little cliff. All right, I think we should make it kind of mountainy colored. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Why is my dog looking at me like he wants to eat my makeup? No, you cannot eat expired. You're so pretty. I would give you anything. No, you can't get on my lap, but I would give you anything. You can't eat the expired makeup, but I would give you anything. Let's go ahead and try this out. This isn't working. I'm going to just scrape it up like this, and I'm going to take a brush and then brush it on dry instead of trying to wet it and all that stuff. It's not sticking. I should probably give up on what I'm trying to do, right? Okay, let's try something else. We need a different gray color. Ooh, okay. These ones are more cream based. Whoa. That actually kind of worked. Okay, it's kind of actually going. I'm really like relying on digging my fingers into shit. Yes, this is working. It's working. And I do need some brown on here. Oh, that's a little bit too dark. Oh, I guess I do need some brown coming up here. Oh, that's too much work. I just give up on trying. Like I just started the painting and I'm just like, that's a lot of work. Kind of looks like I smeared it on with my fingers. Oh, there we go. There, we got some brown up here. I would like to put some white on here. Here's how we're gonna do this. We just need to put something sticky on there. I think this is gonna go great. Okay, and then I have some LA colors. Straight up, one of them is missing. It's just completely gone. I must have really liked this one. Either that or I broke it. And we are going to use some of this white. Let's scrape it a little bit. Okay. It kind of worked. Pretty. Push it on in there. Pretty. Real quick, I'm gonna do some grass on here. Ooh, perfect. Okay. I have this kind of green for color correction. I'm going to smear some of that onto there. There, so that's gonna be a little bit sticky, and then we can find a green eyeshadow and do what we did with the snow and get some grass. I think that I want to do this color and this color. I think that's gonna go great. I'm gonna go ahead and use my little fingers. My little fingers. Oh no, I missed. That didn't work. Okay, it's gonna be okay. I can try again. I'm gonna start with this one. I'm just gonna do one color at a time. I'm gonna kind of sprinkle it on there, spread it out a little bit. I'm gonna try to travel down a little bit with it. All right, now I'm gonna go for that other color, this one right here. Scrape some of that off. Yeah, spread that around there. I love it. I'm gonna try to spread it down a little bit. Oh god, that smells horrible. I'm going to try to make this look better. Well, that's not the way to do it. Well, let's try a different mascara. I have plenty. I'm always buying new mascara, and then I try to use it, and then it hurts my eyes. And I'm like, oh, it's because it's expired. And then I buy a new mascara, and then after a while I try it, and I'm like, oh, it hurts my eyes. It must be expired. And I finally got it through my own head that no, mascara just burns my eyes. I can't use it. If I want to look like I have what are those fuckers called? Eyelashes? I have to just put on fake eyelashes. Like, mascara just hurts. I don't know what my deal is. Okay, so I need to do something. I can't figure out what I need to put here. I guess just keep going with the rockiness, right? Okay. What else did I put on this mountain? I legit can't remember at this point. Cute. It's kind of working. This is Colorado. This is exactly what Colorado looks like. You don't have to Google it. You can just trust me. So now we need to put something on this cliff. What are we going to put on this cliff? Oh, you think I didn't already think of something? Because I did. I just need to find the right colors. Leave me alone for a second. Oh my god. I was like looking at this eyeliner. And at first I thought it was another one of, let me show you what I thought it was. At first I thought it was another one of these. Millennial emos will immediately be like, holy shit, I know that one. Yeah, this is like the Hot Topic eyeliner or lip liner. I'm really disappointed that I can't find my other one of this that was half red and half black. But yeah, Hot Topic eyeliner. You can tell that she was very well loved. That's what I thought that this one was at first. I was looking at it being like, what is this? What brand is this? When did I get this? It says Mary Kate and Ashley. Can you see that? How long ago would I 2007 I guess. Damn, bitch. So I had an idea. I wanted to make a little possum, and the reason I wanted to make a little possum is because I very much like possums, and I feel like I look like a possum. I feel like the way that my face is just makes me look like a possum, and I feel bad that everybody thinks that they look so ugly because they didn't do anything wrong. They're just nice little creatures. They didn't do anything wrong. They're just born ugly. It's sort of how, like, sometimes people don't like me, but I'm very nice. I was just born ugly. I want me to not have this face too, babe. So I really relate to possums. So I made an outline of a little possum. We're gonna color her in. I already forgot what color she was supposed to be. I'm going to actually put some foundation on top of her first. I found this on my bathroom floor. Oh, it stinks. So I'm gonna take a little bit. So then that way we can fill this in with a nice base coat. So don't worry, we're gonna color her in. I think we'll use this color. I'm gonna kind of scrape it up. Oh, there we go. It kind of really covered her up. There she is. Oh, look at her. And I'm gonna kind of try to get some of it onto a makeup sponge, some of this white onto a makeup sponge, and then kind of dab her a little bit. I think that messed her up, actually. Oh no, that was actually a really bad idea. Huh. But I think we need some pink for her little ears. Oh, I know. This. I actually think that I'm gonna start off with this blush right here. It's not really working too well. I'm trying to make her little rat tail look pink too. Mostly she's just looking like a mouse, which is also okay. All right, let's pop this little guy open. Huh. Yeah, why can't I? Oh, there she is. Do they actually have gray ears? I can't remember. There we go. She's pretty. We can make her look more like a possum and less like a mousey if we put some gray on her face. I think one of these ones, the one above the green. My hands are full, so I couldn't point. Oh, that made no difference. That actually made no difference. But if I put the black eyes, it just made her look more like a mouse. We're just gonna have to accept that our possum looks like a mouse. Now, I have another thing I wanted to draw. I wanted to draw a little wagon. Like, you remember being a little kid and having one of those red wagons? I want to make one of those. I have these from Wish. I think I'm gonna use Court K. Yeah, I'm gonna use that to draw a little wagon. And we're insinuating that it's our little possum friend pulling this wagon, okay? And just hear me out, okay? Just hear me out. I'll explain further in a second. I think I'm going to fill in the color with the other lip clip. Mary Jo K. Oh, I broke it. Remember when, okay, I'm just gonna have to take that tip and just kind of smear it around. Remember when these came out and people were complaining because they were saying like, oh, my pencil is broken because it won't roll up. Like I keep twisting the bottom and the bottom broke off and there's no way to roll up the rest of the lip liner. And it took us forever to find out. I'm sure that this was probably just like a small amount of the population and everybody else was just like, why are these idiots saying this? But it took us forever, because I was one of those people, to find out that even though it looks like a plastic container, you're supposed to sharpen it like a regular pencil. You're supposed to use a regular eyeliner sharpener on it. Did you know that? It's okay if you didn't, because apparently a lot of people didn't know and they were complaining that theirs were broken or messed up. Meanwhile, some people are like, no, babe, it's totally fine. You're the one that's broken and messed up. That was my experience, but it turned out okay. Okay, I'm gonna use some of this to try to like mattify it. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And then I think I'm gonna try to outline it a little bit. How do I make this look like a wagon, honestly? It'll be fine though. Then we're gonna put the little, and then some wheels. Looks like an animal. It kind of just looks like an animal now. All right, I'm gonna try to outline our little possum lady. I keep trying to fix her. I want her to look good so bad. And see, that's why I relate to possums. They just keep getting a little bit uglier. Just a little bit uglier every time. There we go. We're outlining her a little bit. There, she's kind of there. Let's just get that tail in there. Look! Look! Now she looks like a raccoon. Does she look like a raccoon? It's okay. I'm gonna use the lipstick to write wagon on the wagon. It does say wagon. Now I'm going to put a jar in here. And let me explain. Another animal that I really, really love would be octopi. That doesn't look like a jar. It's fine. I really love octopi. They are extremely intelligent and they are really good at camouflage and escaping situations. One thing that I always bring up, even though people didn't ask and weren't interested in listening to me talk about this, there have been times when people have like put an octopus into a jar and then close the jar, and then the octopus will figure out how to open it up and escape. And that's amazing to me that they could just figure it out. Be like, no, you're not gonna keep me in this fucking jar. I'm an octopus, bitch. I'm getting out of the jar. And I just wish that I could be like that, where I could be like, no, you're not gonna keep me in this situation. I refuse to stay in this situation. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get myself out. And then afterwards, if I have to look like a coconut for a minute, I'm gonna look like a coconut for a minute. But I'm gonna get out of this situation and I'm gonna fucking survive. And I just love that. That's one thing that I want to be more like. Like, right now, we're in the very beginning of 2023, and I have got a lot of stuff going on, and I feel really stuck in a bad situation. Not like too terribly bad, but just like in a very stressful, very like it's, my life is not where I want it to be right now. But it just kind of feels like I'm in a hole that keeps getting just a little bit deeper, and I keep thinking that I'm crawling out of it, but then the dirt and rocks shift a little bit more, and then I fall a little bit deeper into the hole. But I think I'm finally starting to get a little bit out of this hole, out of this rut, and things are gonna start being more okay, hopefully. But just right now, everything just feels a little bit bad. That's why I'm like, I want to be an octopus. Because the octopus at this point would have just been like, I'm gonna break the jar. I'm gonna break the jar. I'm gonna take the lid off the jar, and I'm gonna get the hell out of this situation.
Okay, now that we've gotten to the octopus, we can really talk about what hurt so badly about this video. I think it's very clear to everyone what you were getting at when you were drawing that octopus, and what the jar represents and what breaking out of it represents. It wasn't just getting out of a relationship. It was also restarting everything. Not like literally restarting everything, but purging everything built up from that relationship, and purging yourself that you were while in that relationship, and just becoming new, completely changing the environment that you were living in, getting rid of that fucking couch that you're sitting in right there, and becoming who you had been wanting to be. Not just the person that you built around the significant others that you had been with, but actually getting out of the relationship, staying out of the relationship, and then learning to just be single for a while. And then because you stayed single, didn't talk to anybody else, you just finally started to become you. You figured yourself out. And you never got to just do that. You never got to just have the space and figure out what to do with it on your own, and not ask permission, and not be scared of what kind of argument would happen, or just figuring out what it's like when, like, your whole life is actually just yours.
I put a jar in this wagon, and we are going to put some water in it. Oh, I got it on the wagon. It's okay. I can figure out which finger doesn't have black lipstick on it, and I can just use that. Now I need some blue eyeshadow. Okay, I've got some blue eyeshadow scraped up. I'm just gonna kind of... It kind of worked. Oh shit, wait. We have roll-on metallic powder. Well, she's not coming out. Ah! She came out. Oh, actually, I didn't even realize that I had these little eyeliners right here. Did I never use these? No, I forgot how to draw an octopus. I think I'm gonna make it like greenish, brownish, greenish. I'm gonna look up an octopus on YouTube. Octopus. Okay, okay. I have a better understanding now. So its eyes would be right around here. We'll figure it out as we go. And he's loving the mountains. He's not kidnapped by the possum. He came here on purpose. Oh, I think I have a possum. Yeah, I have a possum on my shirt. Look at that. Where we like drew the outline, I'm filling that in with some cream. I think it was foundation that I used just now. So then I can put the coloring in that. I'm gonna get some very, very light powder on top of that. I think that the colors I'm gonna go with will be this green right here. Dump that on here. That didn't work. And then I want to try this color right here. Scrape that off and dump it on there. I was hoping that would look like a poof to you, but it didn't work. All right, I'm gonna redo the outline of my octopus in some black cream eyeliner. I hate that I can't really do any fine details, you know what I mean? Like I can't even put any little like suckers on her. That's our octopus. Okay, what? Hey, why are we barking? I really do love it. They traveled all the way to Colorado so that they can escape all the problems in their lives just for a little while. You know, one of them has been bullied her whole life because she's ugly. She's not as cute as the raccoons and the skunks. Like when people see her digging through their trash, they're not like, oh, you're so quirky, you're so funny and quirky. And instead they're just like, ew, what the fuck is that? So she just needed to get away. She just needed to get away and be away from all those people bullying her. The other one, people kept putting him in jars, and he was tired of being in jars. But he's in a jar, but he has it open. It's his jar. It's his jar, and that's the jar that he's comfortable with. And yes, he understands the irony. Am I making a metaphor that I don't? I think I lost track of my metaphor. I lost track of my metaphor. I don't know what this jar is supposed to symbolize.
The jar probably represents the house that you lived in during that relationship, and you still live in it today, but the context has changed because when you were living with your ex in this house, it felt like nothing was ever yours. You didn't have the freedom to make any decisions, how things are decorated, where the furniture goes, anything like that. But since the relationship is over, everybody assumed that you would be moving out, but it's your house. Now it can actually be a safe zone. when you never felt like it was like that before. And a lot of times you felt like the only space you could be in was just curled up in your bed, trying to ignore everything and feeling like a dog that got put in its kennel. And the kennel could have been a safe, like, sleeping space, but sometimes it's just a cage.
But, you know, they traveled by foot. They traveled by foot and got all the way to Colorado, and now they just want to stand on this cliff and look at the mountains and be outcast together. I'm happy. I've been wanting to make that for couple weeks now. I've been wanting to make that. I just haven't had the energy. I haven't had the um motivation, good attitude. I've been depressed and grumpy and so tired. Just so tired. And I finally told myself that, like, once I start doing it, I'll be happy. Like, I just have to turn on the camera and just start talking, and I'll remember that I like doing this. And I do like doing this. I love making videos, and I love editing videos. And that's kind of what made me finally say, like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to make that video. I'm gonna paint that picture. And then people were trying to ask, like, hey, do you want to do this thing? Hey, do you want to do that thing? And I'm like, can we do it the next day? Because I have stuff that I'm going to do tomorrow. I have something that I'm doing tomorrow. And people are like, you're fucking weird. Why are you being like why are you being like that? Like, before I started recording, I kept sitting down and thinking, like, am I in the best mood? It's not gonna be a good video if I'm not in a good mood. And I was like, you know what? I will get in the mood, because I always do. I'm always like, I'm nervous. I don't want to sit there and talk to a camera. I don't want to talk in an empty house to nobody and look at my own little picture. And like, I'm not super happy and perky at this exact moment, so it's gonna be a bad video. But then once I get started, it all just starts going. I just start being in the mood to do it. So here I am. I did it, and now I'm in a better mood. Thank you for being here. I love you, and have a good day forever. Bye.
Doing this little future ugly situation was really hard and daunting, and I didn't know that I would stumble over my words so much, but now we can talk about how you've healed, because you've done it. Sometimes scars get reopened. Sometimes you lash out because something reminds you of that person, and you have to remind yourself you're not going to be there again. You're not going to be in that situation anymore. Nobody can do that to you. You're okay now. You can stand up for yourself. You can say, hell no, don't talk to me like that. Hell no, don't tell me what to do. And now you know that you can take care of yourself. You did do more traveling. You actually did a lot of traveling. You went to places other than Colorado. You went to Colorado. You also went to goddamn Mexico. You were on the ocean. You went to Oklahoma City, which was exciting. It was exciting. It kind of sounds like I just threw that in there. You almost went to Alaska. We're gonna have to postpone that one, but like, it was still something that you were gonna do. Which 3 years ago, did you think that you would be on the ocean heading to freaking... Wait, where did I go to? Costa Maya. You saw some fucking Mayan ruins. This one's Cadres. That's fine. He didn't want it. You kept it. This picture wasn't just a picture that you were drawing just for fun, just to get your mind off of everything that was going on. It's like, you see this when you go to bed now. And it's not just like, oh, I hope that's me one day. Bitch, it is you now. You do that shit. You're both of them. You're bofa. I got one more thing. One more thing for you. You're gonna freak the fuck out. This is how much it meant to you. You got a damn tattoo of it. We get tattoos now. Getting out of relationships and being on your own seems terrifying. It seems impossible. A lot of times you'll think that you're actually gonna do it. It's for real this time. And then just a few minutes later, you switch it up. You're like, I can't be alone. I can't be without this person. I don't know anything else. And then you make up and you guys stay together for a few more years. Sometimes you finally are done, and then it's over. And it's like you're actually thinking and breathing, and you didn't realize how heavy everything was until it's not on you. You start doing these little things where it's like, my ex never let me have the music up this loud before, so you crank it all the way up to what you want it to be. And nobody is saying anything. Nobody is stopping you. So then you think, well, what else am I allowed to do now? You don't realize just how foggy everything was, how hard it was to like just think until there wasn't somebody there trying to change the things you were thinking. Do you remember any of the times when you were so sure that they were in the, don't look at the toilet, they were in the wrong and you were in the right, but then it was like the conversation kept going around in circles and you were thinking, I don't even know why we're arguing about this, but it must be my fault. And then you just kept apologizing. So they would just shut the fuck up. Stop being in my room, just yelling at me and yelling at me and telling me how I was wrong. And you're just like, just apologizing. You don't know why you're apologizing until they finally wear themselves out and leave you alone. And then you just try real hard not to think about what the hell it was, all that. When you don't have somebody just doing that to you constantly, then it's like you realize you were never the crazy one. You realize you were never the problem. When you're by yourself or having a normal conversation with normal humans, you realize that you were so normal the entire time and you were so much more normal now you don't have somebody else around you turning you into the crazy bitch. I kept thinking that when I make this future ugly rose part, that I was going to be like in one of those situations where like I'm at some fancy dinner thing or whatever, and I'm dressed up real nice, and like I have some like expensive wine in my hand, and I'm like, oh hey, look at how much better you're doing now that you have healed and moved past all this. But then every time that I was in those really cool situations, because, hey, guess what? Now you keep getting in those really cool situations. But every time I would be so focused on having fun and socializing and just enjoying the new life that I had that I didn't think, oh, gee, Willikers, let me stop and make a video about this. So I was like, even if I'm just at home wearing normal clothes, putting makeup on, and just hanging out by myself, no drink in my hand, I'm still doing a hell of a lot better than I was 3 years ago. I didn't have a conclusion for this. This video is very long. And if anybody has an issue with it being 45 to 50 minutes long, then they can fuck off because I don't have to be what you think I should be, because I stopped doing that about 3 years ago.